Hello and welcome to Nonna's Kitchen. I know I'm quite early, but I was gonna do a meatloaf and thought this would be the perfect thing to come live with. I'm Dorothy from Rossville, Georgia, and here we go. So guys, I just started with a pack of ground beef, and to this I am going to go ahead and add my egg, and I am going to add a third of a cup of grated onions. Hey Ginger, how are you? My husband doesn't like the crunch of an onion, but he likes the flavor of an onion, so I always like to just grate that up real fine. I'm adding salt and pepper. About a quarter of a teaspoon of each. Now I'm going to add some garlic, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of garlic. This is a half a tablespoon, so I will do 2 of those. Again, the idea is to pump in flavor. I'm going to do a teaspoon of essence of emerald. And then guys, I am going to add 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. What did you... I'm so glad you caught me too, Ginger. What did you do today? We went to vote, and I have worked, taking care of Grumpy as well as work for work. All right, next I'm going to add a tablespoon of yellow mustard. I like that twang. Seems to work out well for my family. Again, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat any of this, but they like it. Hey, Renita. And then, guys, I have crushed up a pack, just a small bag of pork rinds, pig skins, whatever you want to call them. And I've crushed those up fine with my rolling pin. I'm going to dump that in here. And then I'm going to put a keto broth that I have. It's okay if you don't have a keto broth. Excuse me, I got choked. You can just use thyme. So this is thyme. Just use a couple of teaspoons of thyme in there. Hello, Paula. And I'm just going to incorporate this a little bit with the spoon, and then I'll put on my gloves and mix it in well. I just want to look at the texture before I put on my gloves. Look to see what I've got going, because I'm going to add, yep, okay, I'm now going to add sugar-free steak sauce in there. Again, gives a great tangy flavor. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that. And then I'm going to add a half a cup of cauliflower rice. Hey Joni, how are you? Thank you, Renita, for sharing. Guys, follow Renita's lead, and if you find any value whatsoever, share this out. All right, the last thing that I am going to add is a little bit of cheese. And I have 3/4 of a cup of cheese, but I'm only going to put a half a cup in there because that's what the consistency kind of looks like to me. And then I'm going to take this and dump this out into my cast iron skillet. And I am going to bake this for 40 minutes at 350. I'll check it at 30 just to double check, see how it's doing. And then I'm going to serve it up tonight with, hey Tammy, how are you? I'm going to serve it up tonight with steamed broccoli and mashed cauliflower. My husband loves my mashed cauliflower. He says that it tastes as good as what he remembers of mashed potatoes. Been a while. Okay, I'm going to throw on my gloves. I'm going to dump this right on into my cast iron skillet and shape it into the loaf. I love cooking in my cast iron skillet. Hey Sandy, how are you? Normally I am not home at this time, but this was my fall break, and this worked out well since I was going to make a meatloaf. Okay, so there we have our meatloaf in the pan. I have made it into a loaf. Now, what am I going to add to the top? I am adding some sugar-free ketchup to the top. I'm going to brush that on, just using my spoon, kind of get that all over. All right, the last thing I'm gonna do is I had some leftover bacon, and I'm just gonna add the bacon and the cheese to the top of that. So instead of wrapping the, which sometimes I do, wrap the meatloaf in bacon to cook it, this time because I had leftover, I just crushed that up, cut that, rough chopped it, and I'm putting that on top. And because I already had it out of the bag, I'm just going to go ahead and top that off with the cheese. And there you go, guys. 350. And I'm going to do that for 40 minutes, but I will check it at 30. Just because my oven runs a little hot. And then catch later on my story, and I will have Oma and Grumpy give it a taste test. Again, I will serve that with steamed broccoli and mashed cauliflower. So, guys, I hope you got some value out of seeing my keto meatloaf. And if you did, please share it out. Sharing is caring. And then also jump over to Nonna's World YouTube channel and subscribe. I would so greatly appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed evening. And I will see you again tomorrow in Nonna's kitchen. Bye, guys.